Okay. Ο κύριος Shariq Abdul-Hai είναι ο Διευθύνων Σύμβουλος της βρετανικής εταιρείας Valiant Business Media. Με εμπειρία μεγαλύτερη των 15 ετών σε διάφορες υπήρους, ο κύριος Shariq είναι ο Διευθύνων Σύμβουλος με εξειδίκευση στην διεξαγωγή των επιχειρήσεων σε διάφορες υπήρους και πολιτισμούς. Είναι επιδέξιος στην αντιμετώπιση των συνομιλητών του στο υψηλότερο δυνατό επίπεδο, όσο εντός του κυβερνητικού αλλά και του ιδιωτικού τομέα. Συνομιλεί με μικρές επιχειρήσεις έως και παγκόσμιους οργανισμούς, με διευθύνοντες συμβούλους έως και πρωθυπουργούς. Ο Shariq έχει πτυχίο χημείας από το Μουσουλμανικό Πανεπιστήμιο Άλικα στην Ινδία, Master Science στο Marketing από το Πανεπιστήμιο του Λέτσεστερ στο Ηνωμένο Βασίλειο και πρόσφατα ολοκλήρωσε ένα ειδικό πρόγραμμα επιχειρηματικότητας και χρηματοοικονομικών επιχειρήσεων στο State Business School του Πανεπιστημίου της Οξφόρδης. Αφού αποφοίτησε με μεταπτυχιακό στο Marketing από το Πανεπιστήμιο του Λέτσεστερ, ο Shariq ξεκίνησε την καριέρα του στο Λονδίνο το 2005. Τα τελευταία 15 χρόνια συνεργάζεται με πολλές ομάδες σε παγκόσμιο επίπεδο για τη δημιουργία παγκόσμιων στρατηγικών σε ό,τι αφορά προϊόντα και υπηρεσίες. Με ιδιαίτερο ενδιαφέρον για την ηλεκτροκίνηση, την τεχνολογία, τις νεοφυείς επιχειρήσεις, το εμπόριο, την επιχειρηματικότητα και τις επενδύσεις, σήμερα θα μιλήσουμε για τη μεγάλη εκδήλωση που έχει τίτλο London EV Show, καθώς και για τα σχέδια της Valiant για συνεργασία με επιχειρήσεις, κυβερνήσεις σε παγκόσμιο επίπεδο και με άλλους βασικούς ενδιαφερόμενους φορείς για την επιτάχυνση της μετάβασης στην ηλεκτρική κινητικότητα. Θα εξερευνήσουμε επίσης μαζί τα σχέδια της Valiant για το 2023 και μετά. Good morning, Shariq. Good morning from Greece. Athens,
Good
Greece.
morning. Greetings from the UK. Thank you for having me, Argyris.
It's an honor for us. Shariq,
Thank you.
can you tell me what the visitor will see at this great event we have in London at the next days under the name London EV Show?
It's an industry show for the electric vehicles industry and related companies. So we expect the visitors to be able to see some new electric cars which are out there in the market. Also from the commercial vehicles point of view, some vans as well. We are also, there's a good display of the latest technology in this industry, where people can see, for example, if they want to have the charging infrastructure related equipment like charging points, etc., which are needed for electric vehicles. And overall, it's an excellent opportunity to meet the industry from a number of different countries. So both car manufacturing companies and associated service providers and people who are working in the industry to support the push of this transition from the conventional cars where we use hydrocarbons to the electric vehicles.
Can you tell me, please, in the terms of the participants, from how many countries you have participants in that event?
I guess we're working because it's a hybrid event, which means it is both in person and it will be also broadcast live virtually. So we expect attendance from a large number of countries, not only from the UK, the European Union, but also from Canada, United States, from Australasia, Middle East, Africa. So I think the stats we have now, there are a number of countries from different continents who are going to be part of this. Even in the live exhibition area, there are the visitors and the people who are registered for the show come from all different continents. So it's a very diverse audience in the show.
So we speak about a global event.
Absolutely. Although, Argeris, I would like to clarify, although this is called the London EV show, but it's very much a global show. So London being one of the key global cities, we're hosting a number of people, both virtually as well as in person, from a number of different countries. And if you see the title of the event also for this year is connecting the global EV industry. So the whole idea really is bringing the entire value chain together over those 3 days, where we can discuss the developments in the EV sector and also the latest technologies, latest products and services that are coming up in this industry. And it's also a very, very good networking opportunity, obviously, not only from the business to business point of view, but business to governments, also from the business to consumer side of things.
Great. What new will see a visitor in this year's event? What's new?
It's because, as you know, this is a launch event. So this is happening for the first year. It's going to be an annual event. So because we haven't done this previously, this is the first edition of this event. But if I compare it with some of our other events, I think, again, the whole focus here is on the entire EV industry. So for a typical participant who is coming to the show, they can meet, again, the companies who are involved with the manufacturing of cars, vans, also from the aviation side of things. We're looking at the topics or ideas about how there is a lot of work is being done in the aviation sector as well, in terms of electrifying aviation. There is some progress that's been made. So from a normal visitor's point of view, one can expect to meet people from governments, the officials, businesses, service providers, also from the exhibition point of view. I think it's a very, very good opportunity to meet exhibitors, network with them, discuss the solutions that are out there in the industry. Typically, if we talk about the consumer side, again, it's a good idea to see, what are some of the latest cars out there in the electric vehicle segment. But from the business point of view, it's, one can come up with their own agenda. They can build their own agenda for the 3 days, schedule different meetings with governments, with businesses, with potential investors, service providers, and people who are working in the technology side of things as well.
According to your opinion, what is going to impress the most a visitor at the event?
I think, Arvish, when we started this event, we started building the concept a couple of years ago, and then because of the pandemic, the COVID situation, we had to put some plans on hold. But for the last many months since we've been working on this event, I think it really is, you have some car shows which are very consumer focused, then you have some other shows which are conference focused, just the education side of things. But with this particular event, I think it's kind of the best of both worlds in terms of someone coming along, spending those couple of days, 3 days at the event, and getting an understanding of the whole transition that happened. And because this industry, it's a very fast growing industry as well. So I think if someone wants to get a very, very good idea about the EV industry, where is it heading, meet some of the key players. We have some, the participation, the level of participation is very high. We have from the ministerial side up to people, who are some of the very fascinating startups in this sector. So I think overall, the good thing about this event is it's kind of ticking a number of different boxes for someone who is interested in the industry. So it's not just simply coming along or checking out a few new cars, but it is about really coming out of the show with a really good idea about this industry.
So we speak about an event which is not only an exhibition, but is also a very big conference, I think.
Absolutely.
How many speakers you have registered up to now, and what topics they will cover?
Okay, it's a very good question, Argesh. We have, the agenda is very packed for the 3 days. We're expecting at least around 60-70 world-class speakers to be part of the whole program. Now they represent companies such as BMW, Lufthansa Group, Transport for London. As an example, from the ministerial side, the Minister of Transport from New Zealand will be talking about their country's plans. Then we have the Minister of Transport and Logistics Services from Saudi Arabia, for example, at the show. He's leading a delegation. Obviously, they are looking at the overall future of mobility. Then from the content point of view, the focus is really on the latest developments in the industry, the roadmap going ahead, where is this industry heading, but more importantly, looking at, for example, the electrification of the cities around the world, what infrastructure is needed from charging point of view, from battery side of things. So again, if you look at that agenda, it starts off with the opening session with keynote speeches, etc. But there are a lot of panel discussions, opportunity for delegates to interact during those 3 days. Ask any questions. We have some really good topics for consumer side as well. For example, if anyone is not sure about whether to go for an electric car as their next car, what are some of the key questions? There are a lot of questions, whether how does the batteries work and what are the pros and cons. So I think, again, it's something we hope if someone was to attend the conference, for example, at the end of those 3 days, one can come out with a comprehensive idea, some good knowledge about the industry as a whole. But you're absolutely right that the speaker level is absolutely fantastic. You have very senior people from the industry attending, and it's a very good networking opportunity as well. I think, again, for this year, because the focus is on the business to business side, I think it's a very good opportunity if someone wants to enter this industry as a business, or if there are entrepreneurs out there who want to see how they can get involved with this fast growing industry. It is a really good opportunity to do that. And we have dedicated meeting areas throughout the venue. People can easily set up their meetings, have those discussions, attend workshops, etc. So it's a very good agenda in terms of the level of speakers that we have talking about different topics.
Great. Can we discuss about your planning for the immediate future?
Yes, again, sorry, say again. I didn't get.
What are you planning? What will happen the next years?
Yes, next year is, if you ask me from the industry point of view, I think everyone is optimistic. It's simply, if you look around the world, all different governments, they have set deadlines by when, for example, each city or country, they want to decarbonize their transport sectors. So again, it's very important. It's in some cases, these are very ambitious targets. So that gives this industry a very good push, and there is a lot of excitement in this industry globally. So I think from an industry point of view, I absolutely see this growing very, very fast, and there are a lot of developments happening. And this is really the future of transport at the moment, if we look at it. So from an events point of view, we're already, in fact, in planning stages for next year. Next year, we will have this event in London, again, from the 29th November to 1st of December. So next year, again, we would want to build on the success we have had this year, and we would obviously want to work with the existing clients and also reach out to other countries. In fact, because we will have good time, Argures will be absolutely delighted to work with key partners like yourselves to see how we can promote it to wider regions. So Greece is a very, very important market, obviously, in Europe, and I think it will be our pleasure to see how we can involve more stakeholders from the country. But next year, you're most welcome to be part of the show once again. And I think, anyone who's interested in this industry will hopefully find this show worth attending, both this year and in coming years.
You are a person with a great experience in different continents and in different cultures. What is the message you would like to send to Greek consumers, but also to Greek car repairers about the future? What is the message?
I first came in contact with people from Greece at my university when it was back in 2003 when I was studying at the University of Leicester here in the UK. And obviously, I think we all agree Greeks are one of the friendliest people. So I just wanted to say that I have some really good friends over there. And generally from the events point of view or from this industry's point of view, I think it's really not an option for any country not to look into this industry and to see how we can adapt. And my message simply from the industry point of view is explore the options of going for electric vehicles or cars. And again, if you from the consumer point of view, I think you need to understand very well the pros and cons. But again, as I said, going forward, I think, in few years' time, this will probably not even be an option. We really see, I think, the transition is happening so fast. And because there is so much support for the industry, whether it's the government, whether it's, people who are conscious of the environment. So I think we, from the country's point of view, I think Greece is a very, very good opportunity for the industry also to explore. But from consumers' point of view, again, I would welcome any consumer. It's free to attend if they just want to log in simply virtually on the day. From a consumer point of view, please get in touch with us. We're happy to facilitate if you're interested in the industry and if you want to know what's happening in the industry. But we welcome all the consumers and all the businesses from Greece to this edition. I know the time is very short now, but we're looking forward to working more closely for next year and welcome a number of delegations, hopefully, and some key businesses, especially businesses who are already dealing with the automotive sector and who are looking to explore various options available in the electric vehicles market.
Mm-hmm. I'll be at London in order to attend the London EV show.
Absolutely. So it will be full 3 days, starting on the 14th December. Up until the 16th December. So it will be both live at the venue at the Business Design Center here in central London, but one can simultaneously also listen into the conversations, the speeches, etc. Online as well.
I hope to have some time in order to meet live at the event.
You are absolutely most welcome, Argyris.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Our next meeting is in a few days at London EV Show. Thank you very much, Shariq. See you.
You are most welcome. It was my pleasure talking to you. Thank you.